Today I'm going to show you exactly how to replace the gasket under your air conditioning unit. And I'm also going to take one extra step and put a 1-inch filler strip underneath of this so that no standing water can infiltrate back into the roof. Hello. Today we're going to be working on this rooftop air conditioner. As you can see, it's begun leaking over the last couple months, and one leak around a unit like this can rot your roof completely, make your ceiling fall down, and cost you thousands if it's not taken care of right away. Luckily, I think we've caught this in time and we can just push it back up, staple it in place, and repaint. But we need to take care of this before this problem gets any worse. So here is the place that's the weak point. It's this actually is the roof line, and right above it is the air conditioning unit. This is where it actually leaks because water is sitting on the roof right here, and once the seal gives way, it just runs right in, and then as you can see, it damages the ceiling. So the way we're going to fix this is elevate this an inch and then form the roof right up and over our new lip. Here is the problem. As you can see, water just sits right there along the bottom of this. So what we're going to do is just raise this up about an inch and then reassemble this thing. But before we do that, I've got to take this case off and pry loose the old seal. As you can see, it has a really nice gasket on it, but they do leak. Looks like that might have been my leak right there. But look, there is the roof, and there is that line that we were talking about earlier. There's just absolutely nothing there. They're just counting on that gasket to keep water from coming in. So we're actually going to build a strip about an inch high, a couple inches wide, all the way around. Keep water from running in there, because as you can see, water's been sitting there for years and I couldn't even get to it. You know, I can power wash up to here, up to the edge of the unit, but all that water, you can see the puddle right there. All right, so we got the top of the boat all cleaned off. We got the gasket material all off, and I washed it thoroughly. Washed it a second time with bleach, and then I rinsed it twice. So while that's drying, let's run over here and cut those 1-inch strips that we're going to be using as water down. This one little piece of wood is really cheap insurance. We're going to raise the entire thing up and set it on top of this wood, and any water that does get underneath the air conditioning unit will just run right off the edge, and then it can pool down here, but it won't be able to get into the actual cabin and mess up the ceiling anymore. When we get back to the boat, we're going to cover this with a fabric that works with your roofing material. I'm using silicone on my roof because that's what was there before, and so we're just gonna screw this to the deck and then silicone this all in, and it'll make a beautiful dam. All right, we're back at the boat. These little 1-inch thick pieces of wood are really, really cheap insurance. And they're going to provide a flat, level surface for our air conditioning to mount to, while also creating this beautiful, beautiful dam that prevents water from running back in. All right, the next step is to silicone the whole thing. Now we have to lay fabric. Spread this out, lay fabric. So this is what it looks like after you put your first coat of silicone on. I put a coat underneath and then spread it around, and then put the fabric into the wet silicone, and then put more silicone on top, and then just worked all the air bubbles out. So we got to wait about 12 hours for this to dry, and then tomorrow I'm going to come back, trim it up, and put the final coat of silicone on before resetting the air conditioning unit. All right, the silicone is dry, and the only thing left to do is to trim up the cloth that we used as a stabilizer, and then put on the second coat of silicone. Then we'll be ready to remount the air conditioning and attach to the roof permanently. Well, that's it. Roof is sealed. The air conditioner isn't leaking. And just one more headache prevented. This simple upgrade can save you thousands, and I'm sure I'm glad it's done. Join me next time when I refinish the entire deck. Now that the air conditioning upgrade is finished, it's time to move forward and refinish the entire roof.